Hello, good evening, and welcome to Thursday Mindfulness Zen. Happy New Year. I hope you've had a good break and now refreshed and looking forward to a great 2024. Tonight, I want to talk about something which we don't normally think about, and I called it imperfect meditation. And the reason why we don't think about meditation as being imperfect is because when we start meditation, we have this idea that everything is going to be just perfect, that we have to attain a certain state of bliss or a certain state of concentration and maintain that for every single moment for however long we're meditating. Maybe it's 30 minutes, maybe it's 60 minutes, but we're going to be in this sort of deep meditative state that is perfect all the time. And that, I think, comes from the way the society basically so normalizes us to expect things that we have to be perfect. Otherwise, we're a bit of a failure. And if we don't do it perfectly, we have to be hard on ourselves so that we can do it to maintain this meditation, to be mindful every single moment all the time. And so we get kind of disappointed or unhappy that we're not able to maintain this level of meditative awareness. So I like to say that the good news is that's not the way things are supposed to be. When we learn meditation, we think that's how it's supposed to be. But actually, I don't think many people explain to you that meditation is meant to be an imperfect process, should I say. That you're, I think, hardly ever going to be able to maintain this state of, mindful awareness without your mind running off all the time for how long you're meditating. Because eventually, at some point, your mind's going to trip off on something. And if you've practiced long enough, you know that that's the case, and you just go along with it and realize that actually the key to meditation is noticing that your mind has wandered off and then guiding it back to the present moment, your breath or a mantra or whatever meditation practice you're doing. So it's just catching that moment when your mind is off and then coming back. So to many new people who are practicing meditation, that seems to be a failure. That, my mind shouldn't be drifting off. And many people give up meditation because of that. They say, I can't sit because the mind's always running everywhere. But actually, that's the reason why you need to, because you train your mind in this kind of imperfect meditation and realize that that's how it is. And then you get better at being imperfect, if you see what I mean. You get better at catching yourself, faster at catching yourself and being present more of the time. So we always have this ideal in our head, and that sometimes is a hindrance to us, because when we don't achieve this ideal, we think, I'm not doing correctly, or I'm a bad meditator, or I'm a bit of a failure. So sometimes it might lead people to, I can't do this, I'll give up, I'll do something else. I'll go and have an ice cream or a beer and a cig, So I think the key to realize is meditation is a process of paying attention, being present, and then noticing when your mind has drifted off, and then bringing it back again, without judgment, without expectations, without being hard on yourself, basically, and realizing that is actually part of meditation. That is also the key to noticing that you've drifted off. You know, sometimes some people say to me, I just had this great meditation for whatever, you know. And quite often, I suspect, because I've noticed this, they've just basically like either zonked out or kind of fallen asleep for 30 minutes. And then they just kind of, at the end, they kind of like woke up and thought, wow, I didn't really think of anything. But, you know, they were actually either, you know, zonked out or whatever. So spaced out. So don't worry if you find yourself drifting off and doing meditation imperfectly, because that's how it is. That's why it's called a practice. That's why meditation is called a practice. It's not a, you know, we don't call it trying to be perfect. We don't call it a perfection. We just call it a practice. So just remember that tonight. And, you know, for whenever you're practicing, that it is totally normal and totally fine for your mind to drift off, wander off, go to crazy places, have lots of whatever crap go through your head. And also the key is seeing it. That is the key. Noticing it and then bringing yourself back. So don't expect to be able to do it perfectly every single moment. I don't think anybody can. But many people can, when they train themselves, notice that their mind has drifted off much quicker. So they're able to be coming back to the present moment, to their practice, also more quickly. And very just a short story for you. One time a monk went up to this famous Zen master in China, the most famous one, called the Sixth Patriarch, Hui Neng. He was basically the one that kind of made Zen practice flourish. And after him, all his students, they really, Zen flourished in China after him because of him. And one student said, you know, you're a great Zen master. Do you know, when you practice, do you have thinking? Then he goes non-stop, like a waterfall. And this young student was shocked, you know. This is a great Zen master, and he still has all these thoughts. He says, like a waterfall. You know, it's like, I'd expect him not to have any thinking at all. Then the Zen master saw his sort of like shocked expression and said, but I never attached to any of it. So that's the key. Our mind is always thinking. There is no point trying to stop it. Actually, it's futile. But the key is knowing when to bring yourself back to your practice. So let's remember that tonight and for the rest of the year. Okay, so let's begin our imperfect meditation and find a good alert posture for yourself, upright, relaxed. Close your eyes, both feet on the floor. Take a few moments to settle into sitting. Feel the cushion beneath you and start to feel your breath. Feel your body breathing. Where do you feel it most strongly? Your nostrils, your throat, your chest, or your lower belly? Wherever it is, Bring your awareness to rest on that area and continue to rest there. Continue to rest your awareness there. Breathing in, know that you're breathing in. Breathing out, know that you're breathing out. And then, when you notice your mind has wandered off, bring yourself back, gently and without judgment. And keep doing that as often as you need to. That is our imperfect, perfect meditation. As we come to the end of this meditation, just try to remind yourself that when you practice, your practice doesn't have to be perfect. That's not the most important thing. The most important thing is just to do it, to practice. It doesn't matter so much whether your mind wanders off or not. The important thing is noticing that it's wandered off and just bringing yourself back to your meditation. That's all. And that's how we practice. So just do it. When you're ready, start to open your eyes and bring your attention back to the room. So I hope you found that helpful, and you have a great 2024. I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.